2021 marks the 25th anniversary of the Pokémon series, so naturally, as someone who makes Pokémon videos on YouTube, I wanted to do something special. If you've been a Pokémon fan for a long time, you've probably rinsed every article and video dry and know all the facts like Pikachu means electric mouse, Rhydon was the first Pokémon, and that Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres have Unders in their names. Yawn! In this video, I want to give you some interesting facts that you are probably less likely to know about the Pokémon series, and some are genuinely interesting. Before we start, I want you guys to promise me that if you learn anything from my video, you will press the like and share button and help a small creator out. I mean, if you don't learn anything from this video, if you could do that anyway, I would really appreciate it. That said, let's jump into 25 slightly more interesting than usual Pokémon facts. Character name swapping. Red, green and blue. No, I didn't get them mixed up. The game's released in Japan as Red and Green, and so these characters are red and green. The girl character that supposedly got cut was blue, and eventually there would be a blue version in Japan. In the West, this doesn't work as well, as we had red and blue, so the names were swapped. Green became blue and blue became green. This name change also over the years affected the manga and trading card game. The background for the blue card is green and the green card blue. Spoiler warning, the girl character then finally got her appearance in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. There's a bit more to this tale, so that's just the basics. I'd quite like to go back to this one in a separate video one day. Pokémon sprites in Game Boy camera. Before Pokémon Red and Blue were released outside of Japan, they made an appearance in another video game. The Game Boy camera featured 6 Pokémon sprites, which players can use to decorate their pictures. 4 were from Pokémon Green, 1 from Red and Blue, and 1 new Pikachu sprite. There was also a special album picture in the game that featured Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, and Mewtwo. The Japanese version of the game featured more sprites, as well as special pictures and frames. Outside of Japan, these were replaced with Mario and Zelda frame. The Game Boy camera was released 3 months before Red and Blue in the US, and 1 year before the games in Europe. Pokémon Communication Center. The start for future online systems such as Pokémon GTS and Mystery Gift dates all the way back to Pokémon Crystal. The Japanese version of Pokémon Crystal has a special building in Goldenrod City called the Pokémon Communication Center. Players in Japan could purchase a mobile system adapter GB to connect the game to the internet. With this, you could get Pokémon news, trade and battle with people in Japan, and even events like the GS Ball to get Serebii. There was also a global trade station-like service available called Pokémon Trade, which allowed you to trade with strangers. But on top of this, there were also charges to use some of the features as well as mobile data. For example, 10 yen to trade a Pokemon on Pokemon Trade. PCC was not included in international releases of Pokemon Crystal as the mobile adapter was not available outside of Japan. Game Boy Pokemon battles in 3D. Another cool use of the mobile adapter GP is that it adds another feature to Pokémon Stadium 2. Pokémon Stadium GS, as it was known in Japan, allowed players to view battles that were held at official tournaments in 3D, as well as the option to battle that team similar to the VS recorder in Sun and Moon. This info is obtained from Pokémon Crystal by putting the game into an N64 Game Boy transfer pack. The Pokémon Mini game console. Pokémon hype was so real back in the day, Nintendo even gave it its own console. The Pokémon Mini is a small handheld console that would be home to a variety of exclusive Pokémon games. Sadly, the device didn't last long and across all regions only had 10 games. Well, 11 if you sort of include the Snorlax mini game that was exclusively on Pokémon Channel. Only 4 were ever released in the US and 5 in Europe. That one game that Europe got and the USA didn't, Pokémon Tetris. I'm lucky enough to have a sealed copy that I found on eBay about 10 years ago. As a Pokémon and Tetris fan, this was a game I absolutely had to have for my collection. Sadly though, I can't bring myself to open it as it's probably worth a lot more money now than what I paid for it. A lot of people don't know this crossover exists, which is why I'm putting it in this video. Because it's pretty cool and a lot of people haven't been able to play it. including myself.
Pokémon fans are in Detective-Pikachu.
At the 2018 Pokémon World Championships in Nashville, Tennessee, fans got a very different opening ceremony. Stars of the film and the director appeared on stage to not only reveal the Detective-Pikachu movie logo for the first time, but also ask the audience if they would like to be in it.
I wondered if we could ask you all a big favor for the movie. Since we have some of Pokemon's biggest fans and best trainers here in one room, we think it'd be really cool to feature you guys in Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
No way. Yes!
The audience was split into two halves, and one side chanted Charizard and the other side chanted Pikachu.
You're gonna be yelling Pikachu when I signal you, okay?
Libre
and on
represent.
this side, you're gonna be yelling Charizard, okay? Is that clear?
Can you do it? Yeah?
Okay, now, we need it really quiet before we start, so the recording will work. So we're gonna quiet it down.
Are you gonna say action?
I am now.
This was to be included in the battle scene between Charizard and Pikachu in the film. I wasn't completely convinced that the audio quality would have been clean enough to use in the final film, but this fact has been mentioned in the Detective Pikachu art book, so fingers crossed that the audio was actually used. That way I can tell my mum that I'm technically in a film with Ryan Reynolds.
Pokémon Picross Revival.
Did you know that there was a Pokémon Picross game that was planned to be released on the Game Boy Color? Revealed by Koro magazine in Japan, this game was due to be released in 1999. Well, unfortunately, it was cancelled. However, in April 1999, Japanese Super Famicom game Picross NP Volume 1, there were 12 Pokémon themed puzzles, which makes this the only time that Pokémon have appeared on the Super Nintendo. But randomly in 2015, Pokémon Picross was released by the same developer as a free-to-start game on the Nintendo 3DS.
Pokémon Box was more than storage.
A long time ago, before the days of Pokémon Home, you could store 1,500 Pokémon on the GameCube game Pokémon Box Ruby and Sapphire. It was originally going to be called Pokémon Memory Magic. However, it wasn't a retail game. You could get it from Pokémon centers in Japan, Pokémon Center New York in America, and in Europe the Nintendo Stars catalogue, as well as a special GameCube bundle. As well as being a storage solution, you could use the Game Boy Advance link cable to allow you to play Ruby and Sapphire on the TV without need for the Game Boy Player GameCube attachment. Also, if you deposited a certain amount of Pokemon in the game, there are 4 different gift eggs available. The Swablu, Zigzagoon, Skitty and Pichu are all hatched from these eggs and have special moves.
The most distributed Pokemon.
Surprise! It's Pikachu. I gave up counting how many Pikachu have been distributed while writing this script, but it's obvious it's Pikachu. It's been distributed a lot. But the second most distributed Pokemon appears to be Jirachi. This is probably due to the events at Pokemon centers every year to tie in with the Tanabata Festival. At the time of recording, there have been 39 Jirachi distributions. There have also been 35 Arceus distributions, and Deoxys a complicated, messy 31. But a special shout out to Rayquaza, who has had 11 distributions, all of them shiny, but one.
Viridian City Man.
In Viridian City, there is an elderly man that stops you progressing into Viridian Forest. In Japanese red and green versions, story here is the man is feeling a little bit worse for wear and sleeping in the road because he's, well, drunk. In localization, this was changed to the elderly man just needing a coffee.
Pokédex Sparkle Effect.
When you look at the Pokédex entry of certain mythical and legendary Pokémon on Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there is a special effect. Moving your 3DS console while on these Pokédex pages will show a special sparkle effect, similar to that of a hollow Pokémon card. This effect is also found with some Pokémon in Pokémon Bank.
The Cyanwood City Tentacle.
In 2020, a whole 11 years after the release of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it was discovered if you got stuck on Cyanwood City by trading away or releasing all your Pokemon, you can receive a tentacle by someone in the Pokemon Center. And good news for you shiny hunters, it's not shiny locked. It still blows my mind it took 11 years for someone to find this out.
The biggest Pokemon TCG sets.
Hopefully this fact doesn't outdate itself anytime soon, but recently Pokemon card sets have been getting huge. At the time of recording, the biggest set released in Japan is Shiny Star V. The 2020 set tops out at a massive 330 cards. This breaks down as 190 normal cards and 140 secret cards. Outside of Japan is 2019's Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse set. This set is 271 cards, which breaks down as 236 normal cards and 35 secret. I don't like putting facts like this in a video as they could easily get outdated quite quickly, but as a collector, I'm hoping this is it for a while and sets don't get any bigger than this because it's getting a bit much.
Pokemon in the arcade.
So you may be aware that Pokémon Tournament started life in the arcades in Japan about a year before it made its way onto the Nintendo Wii U. But that's not the only Pokemon presence there has been in the arcade. In 2007, Pokemon Batterio, followed by its successors Pokemon Toretta in 2012, Pokemon Gaole in 2016, and Pokemon Mesostar in 2020 were developed by Takara Tomy Arts and Marvelous. These arcade games have changed a bit over the years, but the interesting thing about them is their use of collectible discs and tags in order to play the game. There was even a Nintendo 3DS game called Pokemon Tretta Lab, which allowed you to catalogue the discs you have collected. I haven't had a chance to play on one of these myself, so I can't give any insight on how they play, but I love arcade games and I can see how collecting the little discs could be quite addictive. Let me know in the comments if you've ever played on one and what it was like.
Pokemon fishing game.
You may have heard of the Pokemon theme park, appropriately named Pokepark. If you haven't, no, I'm not talking about the Nintendo Wii games. There was a temporary Pokemon theme park. One in Japan in 2005 and in Taiwan in 2006. But did you know that Pokepark had a special game? Pokepark Fishing Rally or Pokepark Fishing Contest DS was a downloadable title available at the park. You were given points based on your catches within the game. You were also able to compare your score with your friends by connecting to a DS server. This was a temporary Nintendo DS download. The Nintendo DS didn't have any memory to store games long term, so when you turn off your console, the game is gone.
Square Enix and Pokemon.
Did you know Square Enix have been involved making a Pokemon game? Okay, it wasn't a game, but a messaging app. Pokemate was a subscription-based phone application, which was sort of like an email system but with a Pokemon theme. It had many functions though. A chat room where you and your Pokemon and someone else and their Pokemon can go in and chat. The ability to find and catch wild Pokemon, and even Pokédex entries. This app was never released outside of Japan.
Pokemon anime on Game Boy Advance.
It wasn't just Pokemon games on the Game Boy Advance. Under the Game Boy Advance video series, 4 Pokemon Game Boy Advance cartridges were released, each with 2 episodes on them. However, these cartridges were unable to be played on the GameCube's Game Boy player. This was to stop unauthorized reproduction.
There have been 3 Ash Ketchum.
The current voice actor for our favourite 10-year-old Pokemon master Ash Ketchum has actually been playing Ash Ketchum longer than the original voice actor Veronica Taylor. But for one special anime episode to tie in with the 10th anniversary, known as the Mastermind of Mirage Pokemon, Ash was voiced by Jamie Peacock, which was a pseudonym for actor KZ Rogers. This episode has since been redubbed with the voice of Sarah Nacho Cheney.
Pokemon TCG PokéBall era.
Have you ever properly looked at the back of a Pokemon card? As you can see, the Pokeball opens from the bottom with the button on the white side of the ball. Whereas in the anime and pretty much all merchandise, it opens the other way with the button on the top. Even in some cards, it can be seen with the button being on the top. It was also this way on the original Japanese Pokemon card backs as well. but this was corrected in the early 2000s.
Koko is a Pokemon in the TCG.
In a bizarre twist, the main character from Pokémon The Secrets of the Jungle film, Koko, has appeared in the TCG as a Pokemon. Given out as a promo card when you see the film in cinemas in Japan, Koko isn't treated like a supporter like most humanized characters in the Pokemon series, but as a Pokemon with a HP value and attacks. At the time of recording, this is the only time a character has appeared in this way.
The Pokemon Band.
Did you know there is a Pokemon band? No, not the one with Toxtricity, Rillaboom and Obstagoon. This one is known as Mystery Thunder Mask. It is a band made up of Junichi Masuda from Game Freak, Hip Tanaka, the president of Creatures, I'm gonna try and pronounce this right, Shinji Miyazaki, the anime composer from 1997 to 2019, and on vocals, Mizaki Momose, a past host of Pokemon Smash. They even performed at the Pokemon World Championships in 2011. They only had the one song, which was Cynthia's theme, but with lyrics. I can't play you this song for copyright reasons, but have a little look on YouTube, it's definitely worth seeing.
Pokemon Manga was released before the anime.
Pokemon Special, or Pokemon Adventures, as it's known outside of Japan, is the Pokemon Manga, and it first debuted before the Pokemon anime. Well, only a month before, but still kind of interesting to know that the manga actually was first. Please read the manga, it's very good.
Ultra Hyper Ball.
The ball that we all know as the Ultra Ball is actually known as a Hyper Ball in Japan. Growing up seeing this in the game, I always assumed that the yellow on the front was like an upside down U. But if you look at it from above, you can actually see a yellow H. H for hyper. To add to things, Japan does also have an Ultra Ball, and it's the ball to catch Ultra Beasts, which kind of makes sense.
Catching Pokemon in gyms.
At the time of recording, there are only 2 gyms you can catch wild Pokemon inside. Motorstoke Gym in the Galar region, and that is the first time we've been able to catch Pokemon inside since Generation 1, where you were able to fish inside Misty's gym.
Pokemon Pikachu in multiple colours.
The Pokemon Pikachu, or Pocket Pikachu as it was called in Japan, was a very popular pedometer pet where players can walk around and look after a Pikachu. It was very popular, so they made a follow-up device, the Pokemon Pikachu Color, which at this point I'd like to complain that the name is very awkward because looking up this device, it's not very search engine friendly. As a virtual pet fan, I've been looking up this device quite a lot and also making a guide for Serebii.net. And while researching, I actually discovered there are regional differences with the shells of the device. Called Pocket Pikachu Color in Japan and Europe, the US version was branded as Pokemon Pikachu 2 with GS written on the screen to play on the connectivity to Pokemon Gold and Silver as a selling point. Between all regions, I believe there is actually 5 different shells for the second Pocket Pikachu device. And that's it! 25 hopefully impressive Pokemon facts. I had a lot of fun researching these. I learned a few things, I hope you did too. Once again, I'd like to kindly ask if you did learn anything, if you could like and share my video, I would really appreciate it. And if you didn't learn anything, if you could like and share anyway and help this small creator grow, I would really appreciate it. And as always, if you've liked this video, press the like button, share with your friends, and if you haven't already, press the subscribe button for more Pokemon videos, and I'll see you guys next time.